If you keep getting ghosted, if the only inquiries landing in your inbox are from clients who want everything for $500, and if you feel like you're spinning your wheels on Instagram and still not booking your dream logo or web clients, I want you to listen closely. The problem might not be your talent. It might not even be your portfolio. The problem is likely three habits that make great designers look average. Today, I'm going to show you what to stop doing right now so you can start attracting clients who respect your time, pay your prices, and come back for more. I'm talking about better projects, smoother timelines, and real profit. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to cut, what to say instead, and how to reposition yourself so that premium clients see you as the obvious choice. I built a profitable design business and I booked $10,000 clients consistently. Just yesterday, I booked a $24,000 project for a brand strategy, visual identity, and a mini Shopify website. I call it mini because the client has one product only. I've also helped thousands of designers move from chasing work to running a fully booked design businesses. So let's start with the first mistake that keep designers stuck with low budget clients. You have to stop presenting yourself like a service menu. Clients don't wake up wanting a logo or a website. They want what the logo or website will do for their business: more sales, more trust, faster growth. And when you lead with a list of deliverables, you blend in with everyone else. A menu of services makes you look like a commodity, and commodities get price shopped. The shift here is simple: talk about outcomes. For example, instead of saying you design logos, talk about creating visual identities that help customers recognize and trust a brand. Instead of saying you make a website, explain that you build conversion focused sites that turn traffic into sales. Rather than saying you do brand strategy, frame it as helping businesses position themselves to the right customers to choose them over their competitors. Do you feel the difference? You're not selling pieces, you're selling results. And when you connect those outcomes to a clear process, clients instantly feel guided. I like to present it as three steps: discovery and strategy, then creative direction and design, and finally, launch and optimization. So when you explain it that way, you come across as a leader with a plan. Clients know what to expect. Scope creep goes down, and your higher prices suddenly make sense because you're not just selling Canva logos, you're selling business results. You can put it into practice literally today. So rewrite your Instagram bio or the headline on your website so it promises a result, not just a service. Record a short video where you answer a real business problem like that your clients face today. Post it online and you'll start stepping out of the commodity crowd and into the role of a trusted expert. Now, even if you position yourself correctly, there's another trap that drags designers down: saying yes to everything. So, generalists collect random tasks, specialists collect premium clients. So, when you agree to every project that comes your way, you train clients to see you as an extra pair of hands instead of a strategic partner. The truth is, you don't need 20 offers. You need one signature service that you become known for. So think about who you serve, what promise you can confidently deliver, what's included in that one package, and what price range reflects that value. So, for example, you might focus on growing online brands that need a conversion ready identity and site with a promise of launching a premium looking brand in 8 weeks. Package it clearly, put boundaries around the scope, and publish a starting at price so the wrong leads filter themselves out. When an inquiry comes in that doesn't fit your service, don't bend yourself out of shape trying to make it work. Point them to a paid strategy call, offer smaller diagnostics, or refer them to someone else. Saying no to the wrong work is what makes room for the right work. And I know it feels scary at first, but specializing doesn't shrink your opportunities, it sharpens your message. A sharp messages travel further. They get remembered, they get shared, and they attract the clients you actually want. And if you're listening right now thinking, I need to make these shifts in my business, I've got something for you. It's a free workshop called From Crickets to Clients. I walk you through this system that I use to attract premium clients, productize a signature offer, and run a design business that stays booked in advance. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. It's completely free, so grab it after this video. Now, let's talk about the third mistake, and this one is sneaky because even talented designers make it. Stop hiding behind your portfolio. So great work matters, but better clients aren't just buying something that's pretty. They're buying clarity, leadership, and confidence. And if you only post finished mockups, clients can't see your thinking. They don't know how you make decisions, how you solve problems, or what it's like to work with you. So instead of relying on a silent portfolio, start showing your authority. You can do that by answering common business problems in plain language, like explaining why a client's website might not be generating leads and giving them one simple fix, or by showing a before and after and walking people through why your redesign works better. You could even share snapshots of your process, like a brand strategy framework or a wireframe, and explain the decision behind it. Another option is to tell short client stories. Talk about where they started, what was blocking them, what you did, and what changed. Even a simple story like a business coach came to me with a disorganized brand, so I built a clear system, clear brand system, and she walked away confident to raise her prices and started booking higher paying clients. So that's enough to make people see the value of working with you. The point is, you don't need to spend hours on content. Film these insights on your phone, keep them under a minute, and post them to LinkedIn or Instagram. Add the same messaging to your website. It compounds over time, and the more you do it, the more clients see you as a leader instead of just another designer. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a mindset reset that ties all of this together. Better clients want to be led. They're looking for someone who has a clear process and sets the rules of the relationship. So that means you set the deadlines, you decide how many revisions are included, and you outline how communication will work. And you put those boundaries in your proposal and talk about them during your kickoff call, you protect your profit and you show clients you're a professional they can trust. And don't forget about social proof. You don't need long testimonials. Short quotes that highlight a concrete benefit can be even more powerful. So things like the project moved faster than expected, or our brand finally feels consistent, or we started booking more clients right after our rebrand or our launch. Ask for those at the high points of a project when clients are most excited. Place them near your offer or your contact form so they do the work for you. Finally, price with confidence. Premium buyers expect your pricing to reflect the value and clarity you bring. If saying your price out loud feels uncomfortable, write it at the very top of your proposal and practice reading it until it feels normal. The confidence in your delivery is part of the service, and clients pick up on it right away. As soon as you start making these shifts, everything changes. The way clients see you changes. The quality of projects you book changes. And the confidence you feel in running your design business changes too. If you're ready to start attracting better design clients and booking projects that actually pay you what you're worth, make sure you grab my free workshop From Crickets to Clients. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe so you don't miss next video.